Hey guys, just before we get into this video, I do want to have a warning that, like most of my videos on this channel, this video is based on my opinion and my opinion alone. If you have a difference of opinion, then let me know in the comments below and we can have a conversation, because after all, every Whovian has the right to have his or her own opinion. Let's get into the video. Time Lords and Time Ladies, welcome back to the channel. And finally, another Doctor Who video. Yay! As you guys know, I haven't really seen a lot of classic Doctor Who, but from what I have seen, I do like it, pretty much. And this is my classic Doctor Who stories ranked. So yeah, I have seen about 20 classic Doctor Who stories, and coming in at number 20, possibly the worst Doctor Who story I've ever seen, it is Time Lash. I do not understand this story. The Borad just looks ridiculous, and there was just no point to this story. It is basically a good story. It's just delivered poorly. It's between, I believe, stuck between the two Doctors and Revelation of the Daleks. So it does get a bad rep for that. But honestly, I would rather play Scrabble with the Teletubbies than watch this again. But let's think of positive things to say about it. The opening title credit's pretty cool. Nicola Bryant's pretty hot in it. That's about it. And coming in just above Time Lash at number 19, I have Warriors of the Deep. I'm not saying this is a bad story. It's just badly written. I can tell about maybe 20 continuity mistakes in it. For one, the Sea Devils are talking. Since when did the Sea Devils talk? But it was a good idea to have the Silurians with the Sea Devils. It's just poorly executed, and that ship that they're on, the studio it doesn't feel like they're on a ship or a base. The Merker was completely unnecessary, and that styrofoam door, or the foam door that Peter Davison and Janet Fielding are stuck under, that is just hilarious. So yeah, for hilarity, this is above Time Lash. And at number 18, I have The Web Planet. Don't get me wrong, William Hartnell is my favourite classic Doctor. But this story, I like it, it's okay. It's just, it drags on a little bit. Going round and round in circles. The Zarbi get really annoying after a while with that beeping. But looking at the positives, William Hartnell does play a good part in this. This is when he was starting to get sick, so you can kind of forgive him for that. But yeah, it's a good story. I enjoy it fine. It's just after a while the Zarbi get annoying. And at number 17, there is actually an extra on Series 4 of the Sarah Jane Adventures. I don't have it as a story, but it's on here. The Pyramids of Mars. I enjoy that story. I've watched it, I think, 3 times. I do enjoy it a lot. So yeah, Tom Baker's in it, which makes it good. Elizabeth Sladen's in it, which makes it even better. But yeah, basically a good story. A really good story, basically. And coming in at number 16 is the very first story, An Unearthly Child / The Tribe of Gum. I guess the whole thing's called An Unearthly Child, but I liked it. It's two separate stories. The first episode, for me, is An Unearthly Child, which is, you know, how strange Susan is. And then the other three are The Tribe of Gum. But yeah, it's on, I have it on this box set at the beginning. I don't have it by itself, but I think this is better value. But yeah, it's pretty much, the reason I got it so high, I guess, is because it's the first story ever. The Tribe of Gum are pretty cool. I do like them. I know it's not to some people's cup of tea, but like I said, this is just an opinion video. At number 15, I have the Keys of Marsinus. Again, I know it's not to some people's cup of tea, and again, this is just purely an opinion video. I do actually like this story. Every episode is different on the journey. I think that's a good idea. I enjoyed it anyway. I do like the board, and I do wish that they would come back. There is a lot of potential there to bring them back with CGI or whatever. But yeah, The Keys of Marsinus for me is a very good story. And for those of you who don't know, Terry Nation wrote this. And at number 14, I have The Ark. Yeah, I know, again, the monoids aren't to everyone's cup of tea, but I actually quite enjoy them. I quite enjoy, you know, far out, dark things like that. It's a good story. I like the time jump element between episodes 2 and episodes 3. And it's a good, you know, it's obviously somebody's thought or somebody's imagination of what mankind will be in, you know, several thousand years in the future, which is, it's a good idea. It's a good story. William Hartnell, I think, plays a very good part. I do love Dodo in this and her northern accent, and then when the Doctor, William Hartnell, says there's something we need to do about your accent is terrible, I think that's just hilarious. And then for episode 2, episode 3, you can actually notice a difference in Dodo's accent from northern accent to sort of more cultured English accent. So yeah, for that it's funny. The monoids, like I said, I enjoy the monoids, and that just the whole story is pretty good. I think I do enjoy it quite a lot. So at number 13, we're going back to the beginning, and it's the second story, The Daleks. It's not a great story, but it's the first Dalek story, so that's why I got it so high up here. I do enjoy it though, actually. Episode 1 is pretty cool. They're just stuck on this planet, and they're trying to figure out what it is. And then episode 2, 3, 4, they meet the Daleks, and it's yeah, really, really good, I think. Not the best Dalek story, but it's the first Dalek story. So yeah, that's why it is so high on this list. Obviously it's black and white, which is cool. I do like the classic Daleks better than the modern Daleks, and of course the Dalek puppets. So yeah, it's their voices in this story, I think, are great. The robotic voices is great. So at number 12, you knew this was coming. I like to call them the original Ood, but it is the censor rights. This is a very cleverly written story, I believe. At the end of episode 1, when you see that first censor right, that scared the out of me the first time I saw it. But yeah, it's a good story. Story about these travelers trying to get onto this planet, and these natives won't let them on, and they control them with their minds. So yeah, it's the original Ood. Good story, good story. And at number 11, I am probably cheating a little bit here because this isn't actually classic Doctor Who, but Here we go. An Adventure in Space and Time. It's not classic Doctor Who, but it is classic Doctor Who. I think David Bradley plays a brilliant William Hartnell in this. I really do. Which probably is the reason why he was on Twice Upon a Time. But you can tell that, you know, David Bradley, I think, plays a better First Doctor than Richard Hurdle does. But yeah, I've got this in the classic section because it is the classic Doctor Who, how it was first, you know, how it began. So yeah, Verity, the girl who plays Verity Lambert in this, I think is a very, very strong character, and it kind of makes you want to watch that era, the Verity Lambert era, and the William Hartnell era. So yeah, at number 11, for several reasons, I've got An Adventure in Space and Time. So yeah, that's going to do it for part 1, guys. Stick around for part 2, the top 10. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you didn't enjoy it, give it a dislike. If you are new around here and want some more Doctor Who madness, then click on that subscribe button down below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.